Welcome everyone to today's session of GG Ahmedabad and Pune. And today we have a very good session on digital citizenship and internet maturity. And yes, we have our very own Mr. Raghu Pandey, um, who has started this venture called iMature.in. And his main goal is to teach the young students about digital citizenship and internet maturity. So let's learn from the founder himself, Mr. Raghu, that how we can, from the very beginning, from very young days or very young classes or grades, we can teach the students about the this particular concept. So today we have with us Dipti ma'am and Pal ma'am from JG Ahmedabad and Reshma ma'am from JG Pune and Mr. Raghu Pandey from iMature.in. So over to you, Mr. Raghu. The session is yours.
Thank you very much, Dr. Vishal Varia, sir. It's an honor to get introduced by you, and a pleasure to see so many vibrant educators here on the panel. And I have a small complaint to be put to Payal ma'am. I came with a very serious mindset that I would be presenting some, very important points here, and you have just, twisted my mind towards fun activities. I'm not able to get back to my serious zone. So, so if if
Sir,
I do
I'll just
something,
warm up you.
so if I do something frivolous today, so you know whom to blame. All right. Uh, Good evening, all the educators, and probably some people joining in from places where it should be good afternoon. So, good evening, good afternoon, all dear educators. Today, here, we have assembled to talk about something called digital citizenship and internet maturity. And many of you might have worked on digital citizenship education before. So I would welcome you to make this a very lively conversation, not just a one way. And for those who are hearing it for the first time, or it's the first introduction to you for the topic, for them also it can be an open discussion. You can stop me anytime, raise your hand anytime, and we can discuss whatever your doubt is. All right. So in my session, we will not be waiting for the speaker to finish and then we will take all the Q&A. Well, it will also happen at the end, but you are welcome to raise your hand anytime or even unmute yourself anytime and stop me and do the discussion. All right. So since educators, I'll be sharing my PPT, but let me just quickly set the context here. Uh, all the educators here are wearing two hats. One, the educator hat, they will be teaching children, they will be guiding and nurturing children to, develop their skills, but they also themselves are professionals in an industry. So the DCIM skills are relevant for those whom you are teaching, the students, and also for you as professionals in this world. So I will be switching context as and when comfortable. So please do not get lost. This set of skills called DCIM, which I'll be talking about, that set of skills is applicable to you as a professional and to your students very, very importantly. Okay. So please allow me to share my presentation. Thank you. Is it visible? If anybody can confirm.
Yes, it's visible, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So here we are. Thank you so much, GEG Ahmedabad and GG Pune, for this opportunity. And let's dive into digital citizenship and internet maturity, especially for the educators. Let me quickly introduce about who we are. iMature.in is completely dedicated to this one subject of learning called digital citizenship and internet maturity. We have no other business or we have no other focus even within the education domain. Then we were India's first, and as far as I know, currently we are the only organization dedicated towards this domain of learning. And we have been building this category since 2011, so it's more than a decade now. So then we have created certain resources around this subject, which we will be presenting to you through a free resource pack, which will be available to all the participants. But to quickly give you an overview, we created an open curriculum for any school to adopt. When we say open, it is open and free for any school to adopt and start teaching digital citizenship and internet maturity skills. Then I also authored a book on this subject called Become an iMature Student. Then we designed an online course which covers all the skills which a student must learn in digital citizenship and internet maturity. Then we have recently created a toolkit, a free toolkit for any school to start a DCIM club. And similarly, we have created various other resources, and many of them are free resources for schools and even parents to adopt DCIM for their children. All right. So, and yes, it's been more than 120 workshops and seminars for me across 10 cities in India, and we have impacted more than 11,000 students and teachers. So it's been a long journey, and we believe that we have just begun. So here is the topic for today. Hashtag 21st century educator, and yes, 21st century education. See, if I do not put a hashtag, nobody would take it seriously these days. So that's why hashtag is important. Let's dive in. Let's look at what exactly is a 21st century educator, or who exactly is 21st century educator, right? So while I was preparing for this PPT, I I thought of writing a small write-up and also creating an artwork. So maybe I had some time on my hands, so I experimented, or rather created these two things. So I would request you to just take a minute and read this small write-up which I wrote just a few hours back. The title is Teachers Have a Great Role to Play in Protecting the World from Climate Change by Inspiring and Guiding Their Students. Not connected very much to the topic, just a small write-up. Would you want to spend a minute to read the following text?
Yeah, of course.
Please do. So, do you like the way I write? Have I written it well?
Very well, sir.
So even yeah, I was impressed by my writing. Thank you so much. And then I also decided to create an artwork because maybe I had a lot of time on my hand. So this is the artwork which I created. I created an oil painting of a humanoid robot and a teacher arm wrestling in front of a blackboard. You know what a creative thought I had, and then I thought let's paint it and present it to the educators. And the way Payal ma'am shared some cool tricks with us, I thought of sharing some cool creativity of mine. So, am I a good painter? Do I look like a decent, if not good, then a decent painter?
You
Sir, you look very creative. Yes,
very
sir,
well
it is
represent
very
your
creative.
thoughts.
Thank you so much. I am honored. I am flattered, and but looks like it's time to be honest also. My dear friends, I have not created any of these things, and this thing are created by AI. So I gave the prompt I think somebody's mic is on, and that's why the disturbance is flowing in. If I may request the others to please put the mic off. Yeah, I think it's clear now. So as I said, let me be honest. AI created this article, and AI created this oil painting. And the prompt I gave was this. I just wrote, teachers have a great role to play in protecting the world from climate change by inspiring and guiding their students. Then an artificially intelligent text generator wrote this in, can you guess how much time? Less than 5 seconds. Then I just copy and pasted the thing here. Nothing else I did. Can you, and when I went to another AI prompt based art generator, image generator, I just wrote oil painting of a humanoid robot and a teacher arm wrestling in front of a blackboard. Just this sentence, and in less than 5 seconds, I saw this image and 4 other images similar to this with different themes. I picked the best one of those, or the one which I like the most. In less than 10 seconds, a decent article and a decent painting was in front of me. My dear friends, this was important for you to show the power of AI which is emerging. And by the way, if you want to try, I'll give you where I wrote all of this. You can try it for yourself. So you can go to Google and write AI text generator and Inferkit, INFERKIT. That's the website I went to. Let me see if it is here. Okay, so this is, and the image was, can you see this image? It was generated and copied from a website called OpenAI, which they are running a service called DALL-E, DALLE. So you can create your own AI-based images in just few seconds. You can go to DALL-E, you can search DALLE, you can see on the top left of my screen, and you will open up openai.com. Then the website where I generated text was Inferkit. Yes, Inferkit. And if you still don't believe me, let me write something here. Let me write that consumerism is causing a big problem to the environment of the world, and it needs to be curbed. Should I hit the generate text button, guys? Look at the magic. I hope you can see this magic happening right in front of you. I'll hit again.
Yes, sir.
I'll hit again. I'm just hitting generate text. I'm not copying it from some website. The AI is writing this article. Imagine you giving this assignment to a student, or imagine you doing this activity yourself for an event, for an extempore, for an essay competition. You all have done that, right? And in less than 10 seconds, I have an essay popping up, which can surely be given one of the best essays in any competition. All right, so I'll stop my demo here. Demonstration of DALL-E would be even be more interesting, but I have to go ahead and talk about DCIM today. The topic was not AI, the topic is DCIM. And so this was just to show you the power of technology which is emerging in the recent times. The power of artificial intelligence, the power of machine learning, and the power of Industry 4.0. Okay? Then, to prepare your students for this kind of future, you have to do something else. And I know I am talking to Google Educators Group, And you very well know 21st century education uh, considers 4 C's of education as a very important concept, right? Can somebody remind me of what those 4 C's of education, 21st century education are, which we believe should be
Collaboration.
ingrained in? Yeah, please.
Yeah, it's collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
Then the 4 C's. I think Veshma, we have been learning about this in the very first stance of our level 1 educators.
Mm-hmm.
Critical thinking.
Critical thinking, yes.
Critical
Creativity.
thinking, communication, creativity,
communication, collaboration.
collaboration. Absolutely, absolutely. And you know why now I just proved to all of you why these 4 C's are important, because if a child or if any professional, including yourself, if you do not have these 4 C's, then you are replaceable by technology in whatever profession you are in. An engineer, an accountant, to a great extent, maybe even a doctor, a pilot, an author, a painter, a teacher, uh, a counselor, a consultant. All of these intelligent sounding jobs now are on the verge of being replaced by AI and ML. So we can go into a detailed discussion, what kind of teachers can get replaced, what kind of teachers cannot get replaced. The discussion will end in the conclusion that whether it is teachers or any other professional, the ones who possess collaboration skills, communication skills, you can look at the top four things on the left, and they are the 4 C's. If you possess good communication skills, collaboration skills, good creativity, and good critical thinking, you will not be replaceable. And maybe you can question, uh, we just created a very creative write-up and a painting, so creativity is not a defense, in this case. I would say this is not about just the creativity of arts or creating text, creating articles or paintings. It is about creative approaches to solve certain problems, creative methods to achieve some new heights. So that's what, and thinking out of the box, creating some new concepts in the world. That is creativity that we're talking about here. Okay. And then in the 21st century, whether you are an educator or any other professional, you need to upskill yourself regularly. You need to reskill yourself regularly. Look at the next two hashtags. Then it is very, very important that your well-being is taken care of, because technology is enslaving you left and right and directly hitting upon your mental well-being. Your mental health is exposed to some serious threats, and also you have to ensure your career growth in a very different way, which is completely unlike the 20th century approach. So looking at all of these trends, all of these hashtags, now I would request you to look at the right side of the screen and look at these 10 skills here. So start from number 2. We can discuss number 1 later. How to create and share digital content. So, my dear friends, if you do not know how to effectively create digital content, like the documents, the PDFs, presentations, editing videos, creating images and diagrams, and typical digital content, and you do not know what is the effective way of sharing it online, then you are not having the number 1 skill, which is communication. Because in 21st century, online communication is more important than offline communication. Please mark my words, more important. Why? Because majority of your communication is going to happen through internet. You will not be writing physical letters as many as you are going to write emails. You will not be meeting people, shaking hands and sitting across a table and talking as much as you're going to meet them online and talking through a WhatsApp or through any online medium. That is why to create digital content and share it online is an important part of 21st century communication skills. Then look at number 3 and number 4, mature way of social networking, how you conduct yourself on Facebook and Instagram. Then number 4, how you conduct yourself on LinkedIn, how you are present on LinkedIn. Okay, so this is also a critical part of your communication with groups, not just one-to-one communication, but communication with groups and communities, right? Then number 5 is a very critical component of online collaboration these days. So many organizations, including schools, colleges, corporates, governments, have their internal forums where employees and members are supposed to discuss with each other and share knowledge. So if you do not know how to effectively discuss with a group using an online forum, you will not be an effective participant in the collaboration process. And the moment you are a weak link in the collaboration process, uh, weaklings will obviously be replaced. Then number 6 skill, which is expressing your knowledge and thoughts through blogging, is extremely important. And that is more so for educators, because they have to prove to the students also that uh, while I can express myself in a class standing in front of a blackboard, I can also express on the platform which students consider more important than their real lives, internet. And what is the way to present your thoughts and ideas on internet? The number one way is blogging, blog writing. So towards the end of this discussion, we will discuss if some educators are already blogging, and I would love to follow their blogs. Then uh, number 7 skill, which is, I believe, the most underrated skill uh, in education domain, is how to use Google. I'm talking to Google Educators Group, but still I believe that the simple challenge of finding trustworthy and legally usable knowledge, I would underline these terms, trustworthy and legally usable knowledge through Google, that's a skill which is highly underrated, and maybe people are not even conscious about this requirement. They would search anything, and whatever comes in the top 5 results, they would go there, copy paste, end up doing plagiarism, and maybe that's not even the authentic information. So and that is where the number 4 on the left side, critical thinking, is so much involved. What kind of content you're consuming, what kind of people you are trusting online, right? Then going on to, let's again look at the right side of this screen and look at number 8. This is all about constantly upskilling and reskilling yourself. You must be very well knowing OCWs are open courseware. MOOCs are massive open online courses, and I'm sure you must have gone through many MOOCs and OCWs, got certifications also, and you are recommending it to students also. But as a DCIM educator, what I'm observing in majority of the students and a lot of professionals also, uh, they are not able to strategically use online courses. They think of those more like a Netflix, an alternative for a Netflix, wherein they can choose any online course and start enjoying, quote unquote, they can start enjoying the online course and see if we can get a certificate. It would be great. But online courses and open courseware are not entertainment videos. They are supposed to upskill or reskill yourself, and you have to very strategically use them. And also, some serious online courses require you to discuss on forums with the professor, with the other students in the course. It also require you to present your assignments through PDFs, PPTs, writing blog articles. So many of the skills that we discussed a few minutes back are very much required to effectively complete an online course. Okay, so that's about upskilling and reskilling yourself. And teachers, all the educators, it is super critical for yourself to keep doing, online courses and updating yourself. And also it is very, very important for you to know how to find trustworthy knowledge through Google, not just finding any knowledge but trustworthy knowledge through Google. Then let's come to the number 9 skill, and it's all about your well-being and safety. It's a huge challenge these days. Internet is a source of some of the most serious threats and risks for people, for you, for your students, for your children, for your parents, for your grandparents, for your organization. So many threats and risks looming. Uh, that is why online safety, although here on this list of 10 skills, it is just one line item, but it expands into 8 serious threats and risks which you need to safeguard yourself from. So that is where a lot of practice is required. It's not just about general knowledge, or not just about installing a firewall, not just about installing a antivirus software and thinking that now I'm safe. uh, then I would say number 10, and we call it the black belt of internet maturity, because all the skills above from 1 to 9, you have to leverage those skills to create an online reputation for yourself, uh, which attracts the right kind of opportunities. And as I said, I will be switching between you as an educator who wants to teach this to a student, or you as a professional who wants to have his or her own career growth. It is very, very important message for both. You must tell students that whatever you do online, make sure you are creating a positive online reputation, because all of their life's opportunities are going to come through internet, personal or professional. Then you yourself must understand this. All of your opportunities in your future career, or even in your present times, is getting filtered through your online reputation. If your LinkedIn profile is not as amazing as you, an educator, are, then you are not getting the opportunities or the connects or speaking opportunities, career opportunities, project opportunities, whatever. They are not coming to you. So you are not even realizing that you are losing something just because you have not done justice with your online reputation. So that holds true for you, that holds true for your students. So, friends, if I have convinced you that these 10 skills are extremely important for these hashtags on the left, then let me finish this slide by telling you that all of these 10 skills combined are called digital citizenship and internet maturity skills. So, if you go out and teach the subject of DCIM, you would basically be working towards installing these 10 skills in your students. And as you can imagine, this is not a workshop topic or 2 workshops or even 3 workshops topic. The way you are teaching serious subjects like math or any language or social sciences, and the comprehensive subjects, the same treatment needs to be given to this new subject which teaches these 10 critical skills. All right. And you know what, to summarize, we use this graphic of snakes and ladders. All of these 10 skills, and okay, what is the basic difference between the approach of DCM skills and the typical other approach of scaring children about the threats of internet, or a cyber safety lecture being conducted and telling them not to do this, not to do that, this is dangerous, don't use this device, don't use that software, don't go to that website. uh, the basic difference is DCIM approach gives equal importance to opportunities of internet and to the threats, whereas all the other approaches currently going on in the education industry are focused towards the threat side of internet more than the opportunities. All right. So this graphic of snakes and ladders actually differentiates. It's the theme graphic for DCM also, and it differentiates between the two approaches. ladder is equally important as the snake. All right. So, this is what I wanted to present to you, and I want a lot of questions or inputs coming in, and then we can have a discussion, and then whatever time is left, I would simply give you a overview of the resources pack that we want to share with you. Uh, and you know what, we want you to take action on the topic that we are talking today, and that is where the resources that we are going to share with you will help you to take action in your own personal life, or maybe in the schools that you are working with. And I want it to be the start of some action on your side. So for this time, let's end the presentation right now, and let's have some inputs, some questions from your side. And towards the last of it, I will show you what resources pack we have for you, lot of DCM resources that we have brought for you, and what you can do with it.
So,
So, yeah.
yeah. Thanks, Raghu, for sharing this so much in detail. The very basic question that comes to the mind is basically all the topics that you mentioned, around say 10 topics that you mentioned. So, is it a coursework, or is it a booklet? What basically it is, and are we supposed to have it as a course inside our schools, or to be to sharing with our children?
Sure. I got your question, sir. The 10 things that I showed you on the screen are basically the 10 skills which should be taught, or which should be inculcated in a child, for the child to be called a mature digital citizen or an internet mature person. Now, to inculcate or teach those 10 skills, we have designed a curriculum.
Okay.
So, and I will be giving you a demo of that curriculum when we show the resources pack, because we are including that curriculum in the free resources pack for all the educators today. And it has got 15 topics. So, at that point, we call it topics and class topics. At this junction, we are calling it 10 skills which should be taught, not exactly the topics.
So, do we have different set of material or content with different age group of students for the same set of skills?
Uh, Ideally, we should have different age appropriate content for different age groups, but the 10 skills do not change. Uh, since a child below 13 years of age is not allowed to come on a social media platform, although they are already there, we no questioning that fact, but legally they are not allowed to be on social media and create their own email and things like that before the age of 13. So we do not recommend teaching DCIM to children below 13. 12 we can, so that we are prepping them up, but below that we do not recommend. The entire teenage should be taught these 10 skills, and all the teachers must also learn these 10 skills for becoming effective educators and 21st century educators. So, but yes, in an ideal scenario, uh, we should have age appropriate content for junior students and senior students.
Right. So, I think I have my doubts clear with Raghu, and I would wish to have this session as an open session right now. We all have learned about these particular skills. Somewhere or other, we are either using it or learning it, or maybe are victimized with side effects of these skills that we have not learned. So I would rather, please be open-minded in asking your doubts here, because here we really have an expert with us who can guide us and help us if at all you are facing any issues, how to deal with it. So if you have any questions, they are welcome right now for the session. Yes, Reshma.
Yeah, hello Raku. I'm Reshma Honap, and it was amazing to see
how deep we can go into a topic like digital citizenship when everybody is on digital media, and we think it is really cool to have a phone and do all sorts of things that you can explore, which was difficult earlier. So, looking at teacher and student relationship, we always talk to the students about plagiarism. So, something that is very important for them, just like you showed, like taking a content from somewhere, like from their earlier assignments and just copying pasting. So we have learned through Google Docs has such kind of facility that the teachers can check plagiarism and then discuss. Does DCIM also talk to them about these topics and any other areas where um, it is not a great idea to copy somebody's things, and how it can affect their further career?
In fact, ma'am, very seriously, because as you rightly said, it can affect their career. I've heard, I personally know the cases wherein students were sent back from their universities in the developed countries to India just because their projects were found to be plagiarized, or they, got into plagiarism while they were a student in those universities, or also people working with corporates, and they did some copy pasting without credits, and that escalated into serious intellectual property court cases. So I know, and since this is so serious, DCIM, DCIM subject deals with this very, very seriously. Our course also, which we have designed around that, considers plagiarism as something very important, which students must understand and avoid very, very consciously. So I'll show you the online the curriculum that we have designed, and you can see that in that it has got an important place.
Yeah. So I think, Raghu, you will have to take up that thing, because there is one particular question in the chat box that we have a program called Be Internet Awesome in Google. How is your program different from it?
Right. So that's a very pertinent question. DCIM, as it's not a proprietary concept of my company or a proprietary concept of a person. Digital citizenship education is being worked upon by many people across the globe. Just that in India, we are the only ones who are dedicatedly working towards it. So Google has created, in association with I Keep Safe and one other organization, in association with two other organizations, Google has created this curriculum, Be Internet Awesome. While we also have created this curriculum, so the end goal is same. The only thing I see in the comparison between Google's curriculum and iMature's curriculum is we are a bit more comprehensive, and we go a bit more deep in terms of topics. And you have the Be Internet Awesome curriculum, and we'll share with you our open and free curriculum. You can compare both, and you can take the best out of both. Both are open source, both are licensed under Creative Commons license, and you can pick the best of the both.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would be, very much be sharing this thing with all the audience right now. Is that we really need to teach our wards, our students, how to be internet mature. This is really a very, very important term, and this is a very important thing, and how to be a good digital citizen. Because in coming days, you forget about your CVs or resumes or biodata or applying to a job or something like that. The candidates will be picked up with the effect of their social media. So if you have responsible digital citizen, if you are posting it properly, if you have a proper profile in your LinkedIn, if you've got a proper profile and sharing habits on your Facebook, then there are full chances that it will be picked up from them. And it's quite applicably implemented right now, that even students who would wish to get admissions abroad are being evaluated based on their social media. So what is, see, they apply for one particular course, they give all the details, and the same student is there on the Facebook. And just imagine the entire profile of the student that is developed because of the submission of documents, and that is there on the Facebook, is completely different. There are full chances of it being rejected.
100%.
So it's really very, very important that what they should be liking, whether they are liking in the relevant post, because everything will be maintained as a history on their social media profile. So it's not only about being socially responsible or being digitally responsible, it is equally important that you must have some creative contributions in the social media, not just sharing of it. And the student must be sharing something which is coming from their own self, from their own mind, and putting up in the social media. That creative quotient again is very, very important for them to be selected for some career opportunities or for some admission courses. So social engineering is a very key skill that we should be teaching our students.
Right.
Social engineering is the next future from where people will be hired. Social engineering again will be the next future when people will be tying up their relationships, whether it be choosing your spouse in future, right? The days are gone कि चाचा ने बोला था उसके साथ शादी कर लो. It will not happen. सोशल मीडिया प्रोफाइल फर्स्ट, अरे जैसे ही नाम जाएगा पहले फेसबुक में सर्च होगा ये क्या है. So this is happening. This is rightly happening in front of our eyes. So as a teacher, we need to be teaching our students. Now I receive multiple requests from the students, and again after some days I receive from the same students different requests. So they don't know. They change the mobile handset and they open up a new Facebook account. They change the handset. Okay, उसका पासवर्ड भूल गया तो मैंने नया खोल दिया. फिर just imagine they are joining a particular company and they say अबे company छोड़ दिया तो मैंने दूसरा LinkedIn profile बनाया. What nonsense. You need to be having a common profile. Not only this, forget about students. I am pretty sure many of us within this session would be having more than one profiles on LinkedIn and Facebook. आप सर्च करो आपको खुद को मिलेगा. Right? You would be there in the LinkedIn. Will be multiple. No, that is not the way we should be dealing with. So that is where internet maturity comes into the picture. And believe me, as Mr. Vinay has asked the question, this is completely different from being internet awesome. Internet awesome teaches you to be careful and safe on the internet, whereas this particular thing teaches you how to be internet mature. Right, so this is very, very, very important. So we have two questions, two raises. Dr. Nirav Thakkar is willing to ask something. Nirav sir, please feel free to ask.
Yeah, good evening. It was I joined very lately, but I think whatever part I have attended, I must congratulate. Was an excellent session.
Thank you, sir.
It's something. Maybe I will get an YouTube video for that. We'll go through
Yes,
it.
we shall be sharing the recording. Yeah.
Yeah. Second is as like you were telling about the future skills. Like we will discuss a few part of the future skills. Like we have already discussed this 4C and future skills. So is there any authentic document available which says like which give an elaboration of the future skills and future jobs?
Yeah, that's a good question, sir. There are a lot of publications from various organizations, for example, the World Economic Forum and other trustworthy platforms have their blog articles. And, I have not seen an entire book from a very trustworthy publication coming out. But there are contents available from trustworthy organizations. So not just one, there are a couple of these things available online. And if you simply do a Google 4Cs of 21st century education, you will find a lot of links. But since we are in the session of internet maturity, you will have to do a background check on, because thousands of teachers have written on it. But I would recommend look for some serious organizations and global organizations which are talking about it, and you will find a
Yeah, Nirav sir, there is a particular Wikipedia link. I shall be finding it again and sharing with you in there. So it's something like teaching in 20 or 2900. There's a concept called teaching in 2009. We are in 2022. right?
Right.
So just imagine teaching in 2900. So there are some advanced concepts like, and then there are some Wikipedias which is being managed by Japanese universities, and you will be able to find the contents in Japanese as well as in converted English language as well, where they have clearly defined these key skills of future, where they have put up in authenticated manner how this is progressing. So Japan already they are working with 7G of communication technology,
Right.
where we are about to launch 5G, and they're already into the seventh generation of the mobile technology. So they are
Right.
definitely advanced and ahead. So there is a link that I shall be sharing with you later on.
Thank you, Dr. Vishal. Thank you. Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
sir.
I'm
Tejal
also
ma'am,
very
yes, please, you
interested in
may
that.
ask your doubt.
Yeah, I have gone through this World Economic Forum report, but just because it was published in, I think it was in 2018, they were published to 2018, 17. Things have, I think within these 3-4 years, a lot of things have been changed. So, is there anything other latest come up in across you or anything? Please kindly share it with me.
Yeah, I will definitely share the links with you, sir.
Thank
I
you, sir.
have an
Thank you.
yeah. I want to just add to that question of yours, sir. That if something new has emerged, in my opinion, sir, this concept of 21st century education had already matured around 2013, 2014, because by that time in the developed countries, a vast population was already exposed to high speed internet and social media. So the
True.
impact of these things were already seen, and then the discussions in the education community had already started. Now what is happening is that we are not seeing any new factors coming in. We are only seeing proof of the concept that yes, they said that AI will be taking up human jobs. It is now actually happening, which was being predicted. We are now seeing it today. Then what they were predicting, that education, for example, the talks of flipped classroom was on since 2015 or 2014, right? And
Yes.
now we are actually seeing how it is happening. So we have entered the implementation and experience phase more than the prediction phase. So you won't see new factors coming in, or new concepts being discussed, but the experience of the things which were already predicted happening now.
Tejal ma'am, if you have a relevant question, we'll take it up. Otherwise, I would just request in because of the time factor, we just continue with understanding of the syllabus of DCIM first.
Sir, I would like to thank you. I joined very late. I missed so many things. But later on, I will watch you all on the YouTube channel or wherever you will share. But I was just share one experience within a 1 or 2 sentence. Students are sharing unrelevant content on social media below the age that just now you have said that below 14 they are not allowed to use the account, but students are using, and because of the school are sharing their link on the social media, they have to create the account. So this is the side effect of the technology. Students are create for their publicity. Students are creating Instagram, Facebook account, and students wants to join the see their photos on the social media. That's why they are creating the account. So this way also we can, and after creating account, they are making their own group, and then they are sharing some school information. Okay, they are teasing about their teachers and sharing this their school or personal things on the social media. This is the drawback of. So as a teacher, I feel they are having a one topic as a technology computer from the first standard. They are having this topic, so we can add one chapter in a curriculum how to use social media. So it will the very small contribution but very useful. Over to you. Thank you, sir.
In Britain, they have already started, teaching digital citizenship as low as with grade 3.
Oh, okay.
Where they've been taught
Yes.
simple jargons in terms of what is a digital, what you should be sharing, what you should not be sharing, in terms of they show that graphics in form of a graphics, in form of animation. They'll explain the teacher, explain the students, this is what you should be doing, you should not be doing. So they are not supposed to share anything because उसका तो ID नहीं होगा वहाँ पे. but they would be made to understand what is the concept. So उसको start
Yes.
grade 3 से हो जाता है. Anyway, it's a long debate. That's
Yes,
fine.
yes, exactly.
Everything comes with its own side effects, so we must have our prevention systems activated. So I think DCIM is one of such prevention system. Let's understand from Raghu how we can implement it.
Sure. So, dear educators, let me again present my screen and quickly show you that PDF that we are going to share with you. It's a resource pack, lot of resources you can download and access through this PDF. So, let me again share my screen.
So Raghu, while you are sharing your screen, just a quick question:
Yes, ma'am.
Is there
Please
a
do.
course? Is there a course that you have something for to train the teachers, and then the teachers can implement in their classrooms or the school?
Yeah, same question
Yes.
reflect in my mind.
Yes, indeed, ma'am. At multiple levels, we have created a training program. At the very first level, we have created a foundation online course which is called Digital Citizenship and Internet Maturity Powers, which is applicable to a teenage student and also a teacher, because the foundation of DCM skills is set by that online course. Now, on top of that, myself and my colleague, Dr. Gitanjali Jha, who is a cyber psychologist, we have designed a digital educator transformation program. Because of all the factors which are quickly rushed through today, all those hashtags, actually they are very serious and deep topics. A full-fledged, thought process transformation and a behavior change is required in teachers to be ready for 21st century education. And that also is required for so many things included in NEP. They have brought in so many global recommendations into this new education policy, but I don't see where they are suggesting the teachers to transform themselves to be ready for that. So
Exactly.
DCIM,
So before we implement it with students, the teachers should
yeah.
be aware of what
Yes.
exactly they are going to
So
be doing.
we have a very detailed educators transformation program. We are about to launch it this month only. We have launched a digital parent transformation program because digital parenting on the other side has become equally challenging. So yes, there is something for teachers, a very comprehensive one. I would love to
Sir,
share with you this.
I
Yeah.
have done that Be Internet Awesome course,
Mhm.
and I have trained more than 100 students. It was
All right.
very useful. It was very useful, and we all are getting certificates.
I'm
So
sure, ma'am. I've
similarly,
seen, yeah, I've seen Be Internet Awesome. It is definitely a very good curriculum. But as Dr. Vishal Varia sir said, it is focusing more on, being mindful, being careful, and being nice, be kind, and those things which are good to start this journey of becoming internet mature. But then to finish, go to the finish line, comes other
exactly. I'm
things.
going to tell you that.
Right, ma'am.
So, okay. Oh,
Okay, so can I quickly show you what resources we have brought in for you?
Yes, please.
Okay,
yes, sure.
so the number one thing, as we were discussing all this while, is a free and open curriculum for teaching DCIM in your school. As it is written free and open, you are welcome to take this curriculum, design some classes, train your teachers all by yourself. No, commercial obligation towards iMature, but we are ready with our own products and training programs if you require from us. But this thing is completely free and open for you. I'll give you a quick demo of the curriculum when I finish this resources pack. Here is something very useful for you to take the first step towards digital citizenship and intent maturity. Bringing the subject into curriculum is like a serious exercise. To warm up for that serious exercise, you can start with starting a DCIM club in your school. And here is a free toolkit wherein we have added all the instructions or resources or tips required for you to bring together a team of students and teachers, give them the tasks, do the formalities, and the benefits of running a DCM club for the school. For the students, it is something good is happening, but for the school as an organization, some amazing benefits you will see that can come in three areas: online reputation of your school, Digital discipline, the environment of digital discipline, as ma'am was mentioning, that students form a group and they share bad things about teachers and other students. That's technically called a confession page. So all of these things involve digital discipline. So online reputation of your school can be improved, digital discipline of your school can be improved, and overall quality of online learning in your school can be improved just by running this club well. Okay, and you can download the toolkit for free from this resource pack. Then although this number 3 thing, which is acceptable use policy, is a part of the toolkit which I just showed, but it is worth mentioning separately. That's why I've added it separately. Acceptable use policy, you must have heard, it is an international best practice which every school must adopt. Basically, what it does is you create a document of terms and conditions which tells the students that this is the acceptable behavior and this is the unacceptable behavior for all the digital things that the school is providing to you, whether it is the computer lab, Wi-Fi, whether it is the WhatsApp group or the YouTube channel or the Facebook page of the school, anything digital about the school, this document contains the terms and conditions of using it in an acceptable way. Then it also clearly mentions what are the unacceptable ways, and then if a student is behaving or misbehaving by that code of conduct, then what are the punishments to be given. So all of these things are clearly laid out. Before an AUP, the school would deal with any indiscipline issue or a digital indiscipline issue with, in a random and an ad hoc fashion. Depending upon the mood of the principal or the vice principal that day, the punishment can be meted out in a different manner. But this sets a code of conduct, and also, teachers and parents get to know that school is very serious about maintaining a digital discipline. So although this thing is part of the DCM Club toolkit, but separately also you can do this exercise. Then we have created a free ebook for all the students and teachers to look at. It summarizes 10 things which makes any student a good online learner. And it includes the concepts of online safety. It includes the concepts of online reputation also. So this is a good, nice summary, refresher, quick overview for all the students and teachers to see that to become a 21st century student, what are the 10 things I must keep in mind. And basically they align with the DCM skills. Then we have got some posters and banners which you can share to promote the concept of DCM in your community of other educators. We have got some quotes, again, you can share with your community. They talk about various other aspects of DCIM. Then finally, you are most welcome to explore the resources section on imature.in website. There are some small things here and there which you can find, and they would be very useful. So before I end this presentation of mine, as promised, I'll just take you through that online course and the DCM curriculum, so that you can see what topics exactly are required to teach to inculcate the 10 skills we just saw. Okay. I think we should look at the objective of this curriculum, because we were comparing it with Be Internet Awesome. So it will be a proper comparison. So there are 4 things which this curriculum aims at. The number 1 is the student must learn how to make the best use of internet for learning and skill development. That's the number 1 objective of this course. Number 2 is student must learn how to protect himself or herself from the external threats and internal risks of the internet. External threats are the ones coming from the outside people, the hackers or the viruses, and internal risks, if the student is getting addicted or unintentionally becoming a cyber criminal. So all of those things. Then the third objective of this curriculum is the child must learn how to become an ethical and empathetic digital citizen. Very, very important. Then finally, the student must get prepared for a 21st century professional life. We all discussed those hashtags, that how collaboration, communication, critical thinking, creativity. When all of these things applied in the digital life, they become internet maturity. Okay, so these four objectives are the key objectives for this curriculum that we have shared with you. So to quickly, tell you the topics, you can see the desired outcomes are also written here for every topic, and also the key concepts are written for every topic. So if you want to design your own lesson plans, these things will come very handy. We have created our course based on this curriculum framework, and future courses will also be based on this curriculum framework of ours. Number one topic is to understand what is Web 2.0, which is the user generated content and user to user networking. This form of internet is very, very different from the early 2000s or late 1990s, which was a drastic shift in the nature of internet. And that is the root of everything that we see today. The Instagram, the Facebook, the LinkedIn, YouTube, whatever you name it, has sprouted from the concept of Web 2.0. So children must understand that first. Then number two is digital literacy. Let me highlight here that if you hear the term digital literacy, please do not think that it is the synonym of digital citizenship, because digital literacy is basically ability to create PDFs, PPTs, and other digital content, and to share it with people. That's the first step towards digital citizenship, but it is not equal to digital citizenship. Okay, so that's number two. That's the entry point to digital citizenship. Then number three is mature social networking. Number four is mature professional networking. Number five is skills to discuss on online forums and communities found on Facebook and other platforms. Then creating effective blogs and effective video blogs, blogging and blogging. Then as we had talked in detail about how to make the best use of Google and trying to find trustworthy knowledge online. So that's number 7 topic. Number 8 is leveraging online educational resources which are available. And as we discussed, it's not Netflix. It has to be done through a strategy. Number 9 is cyber safety. Let me highlight here, this is not cyber security. There is a difference between cyber safety and cyber security. Our curriculum does not deal that much with cybersecurity, which is about the technological side of keeping your device safe, keeping your Wi-Fi safe, keeping your network safe. Cyber safety is about the person's, the user's safety and well-being, not the devices or the accounts or the technological components safety. Okay. Then we go on to extend it to personal data privacy, cyber ethics, cyber laws, as we said, very, very important, online reputation. I consider this as the most important thing of this curriculum. Then mental health and the internet. Finally, career success and the internet. The document that you have, which we have shared with you, or rather which we will be sharing with you, has a PDF version of this curriculum which I just showed. It contains exactly the same content, which can also be downloaded from our website. So this is what we have.
This is really great, and it's a really great gesture from iMature and Raghu that this content will be shared with all of us. As a free resource for joining in this particular session. And I think still something is there in pipeline. Raghu, am I missing something?
Yes, sir. As we had discussed, there is a small goodie bag that we want to open for 10 educators. Sorry, it can be only 10, not all. The online course that iMature has created, it's a paid online course. And for 10 educators joining in today, we want to give it for free. But how we are going to select those 10 educators? No, we cannot do a lucky draw. What we are going to do is whatever we have discussed today, either the 10 skills or, the 10 skills of DCIM or any topic in the curriculum. If you create an article and publish it on your blog, or if you create a video and publish it on YouTube, just share the link with us. The first 10 people to share the link of their article or their video, we would be happy to give that online course completely free to you. And yeah, and I would request to please send the links to Dr. Varia sir, and he will tell me which are the first 10 people to do that. And through him,
Yeah.
we will
So
be
you
extending this.
you can create a. So just do one thing is that we just write down that what needs to be done, and whenever I will be sharing them the recording, I shall also be mentioning this particular criteria, and they need to email me back with the links of the videos that they have posted on their social media profile. Right.
So, Dr.
One
Vishal,
small, just one small input. We would insist that your article be a blog article on your publicly visible blog, and also your video be a YouTube video visible on publicly visible YouTube channel. If you post it on Insta or Facebook, it is not public. So we want a public content from you, not a private one.
Yes, Reshma.
No, exactly what Raghu said. I was just going to say that this is a great opportunity for people who joined, who actually took out time to hear what
Yes.
it is, and so that is great that all these educators get the first opportunity to get
And
through the course.
I would also here like to endorse that like Be Internet Awesome or something like that, which is really a good resource and which is a free resource. वो एक अलग बात है, and a proprietary resource and a premium resource for which you'll be getting an access. That's completely a different experience.
And
So-
honestly speaking, Abhi, while Raghu sir was talking, I am so sorry. I was so excited to look at your content and course. I actually registered and I did 2 chapters while I was.
Oh, I mean, that's pretty fast.
Great.
Yeah,
So-
that's surprising. So,
Yeah, so the first 2 chapters are free. So feel free, everybody, go ahead, look at it. And it is amazing. Like there were a lot of terminologies which I did not know. So I looked at, there is a nice video, there is a quiz after it. So I did 2 quizzes, and that's great. And then later it showed me that I can enroll and everything. So it is wonderful. It's a great thing for
Great,
us
great.
to learn as well.
Yeah, really great to learn from you, Reshma, and thanks for endorsing it. And once again, I mean, just as Reshma said, I would like here to comment and share a very candid and honest feedback. That's all for you, Raghu, and your team, I Mature. Our staff, we had one of the very first batch of DCIM course being carried out for our staff members at our school. Right, the very first version of DCIM that was prepared, we had undergone and learned the topics of digital citizenship, internet maturity for our staff members and our teachers. Not only this, just as Raghu has mentioned about DCIM toolkit, we have 2 DCIM clubs functioning for our students in our school, one at the primary section and other at the high school section. So I would really like to thank Raghu for all these inputs that he has been making to us and helping us shaping our students to be good mature or say internet mature or digital citizenships. So, and I think today itself we had a meeting of DCIM club in the morning with Raghu sir and Payal ma'am with the students basically. So
Yes, sir.
it's really an amazing experience. Try your luck out. I mean, what Raghu said, you just try it out. Maybe you could be the lucky one to get a freebie as a premium content. It's really worth going through this. If you're an educator, it's worth learning as well. That's all what I can say from my side, being an edu leader at a school. And this is really good, not because that we have tried out or we have carried out, but this is the need of the time. There are plenty of these kind of resources available, but this is really Indian made. Maybe somewhere it touches the Indian context, where Tejal ma'am say that ye ho raha hai, they post irrelevant content, something. So somewhere we can try to prevent those issues that will be coming up in the future. Maybe it gives us a good insight how we can deal with even other disciplinary issues that would be there in the school itself. So this is really a maturing concept in itself. So thanks to Raghu and team of iMature for developing such a content for us.
Sir, I just like to share the experience with our DCIM club. I think this type of the club has to be there in all the school, because students are sharing their experience, sharing their problems with the students, not the elders, not the teacher. They are getting the comfortable zone. And in our school, we made a DCIM club where the students share their issues, like what happened where when they just enter the phishing mail or phishing images, whatever. Now all the students are very clever, and they share some interesting ideas. Even we and Raghu sir are shocked now. Even the primary students are do that. I just shocked. Our students are very, very excellent.
I must share at this point, although more than 25 DCIM clubs have started functioning, the only school to run it at a primary level is yours, sir, and nobody else has gone it.
Thank you.
This is really a credit. एक कॉलर
And-
ऊंचा करने की बात है अभी.
Sir, yeah, it is a big challenge for me to, interact with those students, not because they are not understanding things, but because they are so ready to do anything that you tell them. So it feels like a big responsibility to, keep them channelized at the right direction.
Great,
It's an
great.
amazing bunch of kids
Really,
there,
really
yeah.
great to learn this from you, because you know your clubs and where they're functioning, and this is really an acknowledgement that you are giving to us. Really
Indeed,
welcome this.
the only primary level club is yours, yeah.
Thank you, thank you. So yeah, I think that comes to the end of our session today. Though we have crossed over 15 minutes or 19 minutes over the regular time, I've already shared the feedback form link with you all in the chat box. Kindly share your feedback and please receive your attendance certificates from it. And
Also, sir,
yeah.
how will we be sharing that PDF with everyone? Should
So
I just send it to you
share
and
me
you
the
will?
relevant links and the content with me on the email, or
Okay,
you just
done.
post it into the shared folder that we have created, from which you
I'll
have
do
accessed
both.
the slide.
I'll do
And
both, yeah.
maybe along with the recording, I shall be sharing with all the audience tomorrow. So the relevant content, the link, the PDF, whatever content that is required. Even if you wish to share your presentation, that's also fine.
All right, I can do that, no problem at all. Yeah.
Right. So I think that marks for the end for this session, this wonderful session. Thanks to Raghu and team iMature for dedicating the time and expertise and educating us for the need of this concept of internet maturity and digital citizenship. And thanks to all of the educators who have joined today, taking time out from their respective busy schedule and understanding this particular topic, giving us a lending your ear, and as well as sharing your expertise or sharing your experiences with us. So once again, I know we have become very busy. All of us has become busy with their own practical schedules, but maybe at least once a month we will be definitely meeting in this particular way with such a topic in future again. So stay connected. We connect with each other, and we shall be soon coming out with another such topic for the next month. So that's all for today's session, and wish you all the very best till the next session is announced. So see you soon. Okay then.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.
I shall be stopping the recording now, and if any particular chat or any particular discussion needs to be there, you can be there.